So this is not over yet. Okay.
Congresswoman, what's your reaction to the vote?
We knew it was going to be close going in because our majority is so razor thin. Of course, my colleagues that voted no, I think they'll be hearing from their constituents. But we have a plan in place. There was a motion to recommit, and that means that we can bring the articles of impeachment back to the floor maybe as early as next week. So this is not over yet, and we still can bring back Steve Scalise, and we hope that he's well and he can come back very soon. We look forward to having him come back, and we look forward to him being a solid yes on impeaching Secretary Mayorkas.
Is this a failure of leadership within the party?
In 2019, Republicans were really concerned that the vote against Donald Trump for his first impeachment was down party lines, except it was bipartisan against. That's exactly what just happened here. So why is this different?
Well, the reason why this is different is because Democrats have a choice to make. Either they're defending Mayorkas and they're defending the fact that 300 Americans are dying every single day, that over 10 million people have crossed our border, that Americans are the victim of rape, murder, assaults, cartels causing all kinds of problems in our country. Kids are being kicked out of school to house migrants. Americans are being forced to pay for it. Democrats are either owning those as their policies and defending Secretary Mayorkas, saying that he's doing nothing wrong, or we can actually vote to impeach Mayorkas. I'm going to argue that we can get this done on the House floor, and I look forward to seeing it happen.
Is this a failure on leadership's part?
There hasn't been a failure yet. We're going to bring it back.
So the plan Democrats hid one of these votes that they had. So was it something that people would see? Is that something that Republicans?
I'm glad you asked that because well, we can basically look at this as a game, unfortunately, and their strategy. And they hid one of their members, waiting to the last minute, watching to see our votes, trying to throw us off on the numbers that we had versus the numbers they had. So, yeah, that was a strategy at play tonight.
So do you essentially see this as an attendance issue, and you're confident that when Scalise is healthy to come back to the Capitol, you'll bring this back and you will be able to impeach Mayorkas?
It's basically two issues. It's several of our members need to think about things over the weekend. And then secondly, we look forward to having Steve Scalise back.
And do you think that there's a chance that you can flip some of those GOP no votes? I mean, they went on a limb tanking this thing today. You think that they're going to change it?
I would really love to see them go home and talk to their voters, the people that hired them to come here. I know that several of them have very strong Republican districts. And I also look forward to seeing Steve Scalise come back and then hopefully getting this done on the House floor next week.
Does this spell any trouble?
What do you say, though, to those three Republicans? There are four, but there are three who are no votes. How do you think the voters in their districts will respond to their no votes?
Well, I'm sure they'll hear from their constituents. I'm sure they're probably hearing from them already. But I think they should listen to them. And, that's what we do. We represent our districts. And so I hope those that voted no listen to their constituents and listen to their voters. And, again, I look forward to having Steve Scalise back. Of course, been praying for him this whole time to beat cancer. I think this is a big deal.
Is it a miscalculation, though, for the Speaker to put this down on the floor tonight?
No, I don't think it's a miscalculation. You want to know why? I love transparency. And I'm happy that the American people got to see the vote record tonight. I think it's a good thing for our country. And I think that's the right thing because then the American people can get involved. They can make phone calls, they can show up, and they can express their wishes, what they want to see their representatives do. So, no, I don't think it's a failure at all.
To bring this back up, how important is it to get it right the second time? What's at stake for having a second impeachment to potentially fail?
I think there'll be a good plan in place to make sure it doesn't fail. Yeah.